I'm just trying to get it to pop up on my iPad so that I can see comments easily. It's taking its time. There we go. Comments easily. Better turn it down so I'm not hearing things in stereo, I think they call it, right? When you can hear it from two sides. All right. I know it's crazy to be doing a live stream in order to seam rip a garment. That's like a very black tie affair with my black dress and this black blanket. But that is what I am going to be doing, because William is rewiring the office for us. Here, let me angle that down a little, maybe. There we go. Yeah, William is, hi. We are in the Fiber Art Studio. You know, it's the OG thing to do the Fiber Arts live stream. That's the first live streams that I did. If you dig way back to the beginning, when I was first, like, I don't know, testing the YouTube waters, they were actually live streams from the Crochet Corner. So, oh, good. I'm glad the levels sound good. So yeah, I just thought if you're going to be rewiring the office, then I would come hang out, work on ripping out this frustrating thing here. You never know. Maybe Mary will step by. But this is like feet worth of this. Oh my gosh. And it means I have to repin it and put it on the other side. Fortunately, I had the wherewithal to put the stitch setting at number 4. So it is at least like the biggest stitch size, thankfully. Oh man, I should pull this out because I just like accidentally hooked it with the seam ripper. Excuse me, and it didn't serve it well. It like it was angry. It kind of like made a little run in the nylon cord, so I need to realize that's kind of a touchy cord. I think the cord works great. I don't care that it's not black. It's better than pipe cleaners. And then she was like, she was stealing. I should undo this knot here. She was taking like apart purses in order to have clasps and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was finish it. Oh my gosh, I should have taken out this knot before I pulled it. There we go. Yeah, it's almost like a shoelace. It has like the what do you call the thing? The aglet. Is that what it's called? The little plastic bit at the end. It's an aglet. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining my crazy little live stream where I am taking apart a cape in order to put the bias tape on the other side because I did it on the wrong side. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, we have some friends that come hang out with us in our live streams, and normally I'm in the studio or we're in the kitchen. And unfortunately, I'm doing this very annoying thing in the Fiber Arts studio. So I'm like, well, maybe some of my friends will come hang out because this is boring. And and it's a Friday night, so I don't know. Maybe somebody else is as bored as I am. And my husband can't sit and play cards all night because he's trying to rewire the office. So it's no fun. Oh, I hope you're having a very good day. It is very MacGyver. You're not wrong. Well, yeah. So the plan is to rip off this bias tape. I'll probably actually just start fresh because this worked beautifully to make a cape. Got a blanket at Walmart it's like this velvety velour stuff. It's not real velvet, obviously, because that would be so expensive. Yeah, so it's a velour blanket that was 90 by 66 inches. So I almost want to say it was like twin bed size, maybe. And I wanted to make a cape out of it for a production. This is going to be like a demon, I guess. So yeah, it's supposed to be very dramatic. Oh, yeah, I would love to sit and play cards all night. That would be fabulous. That would be wonderful. I don't know how long this is going to take because then once this is done, then I have to put the bias tape on the other side. And I'm realizing this doesn't leave a lot of evidence of where I was. I may have a harder time than I think seeing it. Maybe the thread will just stay intact. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm just going to rip it off this side and hope that the thread stays somewhat intact on that side. Or maybe I should pin along it. I don't know. That works so well. I'm so bummed I did it on the wrong side. Excuse me. We just ate bacon and apple cider donuts a little bit ago. And so I love, love, love sugar and carbohydrates, but it like makes me like choke for some reason to eat it. I don't know. I think it's called acid reflux or something, but I don't care because they're so delicious. Even though it's not technically like apple cider donut season, we know a place nearby that my husband passes by every day that have the most amazing ones ever. So a lot of times I'm like, hey, are you passing the donut place? Because he doesn't pass it every day. He passes it most days. So some days he does, sometimes some days he doesn't. And some of the days he does, they don't have them because they sell out because they're so good. So let's see. Is this going to preserve its line? If it does, then I should be able to just put the bias tape on this side successfully without having to like safety pin it. That's what I was doing. And I don't really want to do that again if I can avoid it. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't hurt. Now I don't know where my safety pins are. Whoops, sorry. My necklace keeps bashing into my microphone. I think these are needles and not safety pins. Oh, these are definitely... I could use... Hang on. I gotta find my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, how was your day? My day has been fantastic because I've been sewing most of the day. And I had a great idea on how to make a cape. Oh, there's the safety pins. And it worked beautifully. And when my husband tried it on, it was on the wrong side of the fabric. So, I'm just trying to breathe my way through this. I don't know that I'll really need to have them. Excuse me. They're always in season, but my stomach doesn't necessarily agree with that. My stomach wants me just to eat bacon all day. So that's why I pair. I pair the bacon with the apple cider donuts because it's like a compensation for the sugar. My inclination would probably be to be vegetarian just because I don't really like meat that much, but I do like bacon for some reason. And I don't like salt that much, so that doesn't make sense either. But it's like bacon provides all the meat and salt I need. I was vegan for a year, and I actually really enjoyed it, and it didn't help my headaches. It messed up my thyroid, so sadly, I couldn't keep doing it. But I've compromised with the addition of bacon, which I know some people are very, very anti-bacon. So I don't blame you for being anti-bacon. If you feel the need to judge that, I don't blame you for that either. All right, so I'm gonna see. This seems like I could probably... Ooh, I don't know. All right, I'm getting nervous now. I'm getting nervous that I'm gonna not see the lines. So I am gonna mark it with a few safety pins here and there. Oh, exactly. That's what it is. They're like, oh, this guy's good. This guy's safe, you know? All right, so let me just make sure I'm understanding what I'm doing here. The pin is on the outside edge of where I want the bias tape. I don't have to mark it every 5 seconds, but I do want to mark it here and there in case I lose my spot. Man, I'm so annoyed that I did this on the wrong side. And the worst part is this side wasn't like stitched down good. It was really close to the edge. So then I like went back and stitched it a second time because, you know, one time wasn't enough. So now I get to seam rip the double stitched layer that I put in there because you know, because I was brilliant, right? No, I'm not. I never claimed to be smart. I told my friend Kelly that yesterday. I said, listen, I don't claim to be smart. I said I was educated, but that doesn't make you smart necessarily. Sometimes that makes you stupider. All right. I guess I'll add like a pin every like 5 or 6 inches just so I can go back in and trace over with the other bias tape and get this to work, because it worked beautifully. So I'm a little disappointed that I was on the wrong side. I'm a lot disappointed. I'm tired. I don't really want to be doing this right now. I'm not going to lie. How far did I get down? Oh, this got to be all the way down here. Okay. Live streams are perfect for me because I like talking to myself, William. So it's like you're sitting there chatting with me and I'm sitting here talking to myself, and then you don't even have to really listen. You know, it's like the perfect husband-wife scenario. I can sit here and yak, yak, yak while you just plug away doing what you're doing. And I know that you're like, you know, you're not going to respond as if you were standing here. So it's like, must be like the perfect thing. You never know. Mary might stop by, our big fan. And then she would be like, hey, you guys are making me hungry, because, you know, we tend to do that. I'm glad you're rewiring the office so that the print lab can be, you know, foolproof. It's already kind of stressful with the computer being wonky and unreliable. I was kind of annoyed at having to try to recreate the budget, but then not the budget, but like the art spreadsheet. And then it was fine because I kind of made it better. So it's all good, but I'll be glad to know that the printer and stuff won't just die. Randomly like they have, so that's encouraging to know. All right, so I got that far already. That's better than I thought. I don't know. Could be worse. It's still tedious. The one side comes out pretty easily because I didn't double sew it. I was like, oh, let's just be ambitious out of the starting gate. And I recorded a Fiber Arts Friday earlier today, and I was like, oh, well, you know, if it doesn't work out, there's the seam ripper. Oh, little did I know I was like, this is like a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess. It's because I said seam ripper and like invited in my mistakes, I guess. I cannot believe I did this. I'll tell you, it'll be a long time before I ever forget to check what side of the fabric I'm on. I remember having this issue, but I haven't sewn in a long time, and it just kind of slipped my mind. That freaking short-term memory, though, drives me nuts. Dump some of these out. Hey there, how are you? Now, well, I'm not repairing it. What I'm doing is I am creating a cape. So I got this 66-inch by 90-inch like velour blanket at Walmart, and I needed to know how to turn it into a cape. So I went and I watched YouTube tutorials, and I thought they kind of all sucked, honestly. So I came up with my own way because I just used William as a model, and it worked out that basically you would want to create like an arch within the short side. And then I created like a pouch by sewing bias tape. And then I slid like a hoodie cord through it, and it like cinched and it made like the cape. Um, but like an idiot, I sewed the bias tape on the wrong side. And I wouldn't care that the seams are on the wrong side because it's going to be up on a stage and it's going to be dark and all that. But literally, this side is so kind of gray compared to that side, but I'm half blind and I didn't see it, but William saw it and I was like, oh no. And it really is terribly lighter compared to the other one now that I can see it. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the bias tape to sew it on the other side, feed the stuff through. And then the thing is 90 inches long. So even with the hood sewn intact, it doesn't cut off enough of the length. William is 6'4" and the thing still drags like 2 feet on the ground, or a foot and a half. So I'm going to cut some of the length off the bottom and add it so that it like drapes longer in the front. So I took a little video of it and I'll probably post a little how to make a cape tutorial, because I think all the cape tutorials kind of sucked actually. So I know that sounds mean, but I just didn't like any of them. This is elegant, and a lot of the cape tutorials, there's like no way to close it in the front. This naturally ties in the front with something that's made to tie. So I was kind of like, people were sending me the YouTube tutorials. A couple people were making capes, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not using that. That's terrible. That's terrible. I don't know. If I'm going to make a tutorial, it better be good tutorial. I don't want just to like trick people into thinking that something that they're going to make is actually going to be like functional, because it ended up not being very functional, especially on the person it was on. So nope, I'm like coming up with my own plans because none of them actually suggested to do it this way. This is unique that I could see. Now, mind you, YouTube has like 100 billion videos on it, so obviously I couldn't watch every one, but you know. Oh gosh, right? So they say to measure twice and cut once. Oh, thank goodness there was no cutting involved in the making of this so far. Um, you can't even imagine how annoyed I was when I realized I had done that though. So I've got about a foot here, seam ripped. Oh, somebody's got some loud mufflers out there. And as you can see, I've I've got about 4 feet to go. But I don't know if you can tell, it's actually curved though. It like, so the way I made this is I sewed like a semicircle of bias tape around the edge. So there's, I don't know. I feel like it's not an art thing and it's not a painting, but I feel like a free cape tutorial would probably be something that people would really love to have access to. And I feel like this is a really elegant, simple, easy way to make a cape out of a blanket. So if it would like bring people to look at my artwork, then I might just have to do that. It's taken some trial and error in William's big head and tall body. But we are slowly figuring it out. Thank you. So yeah, so I've learned something though in all of this. I need to learn to say no a little bit more than I do. I'm telling you, because I'm like, oh man, I could be doing an art live stream right now. But on the other hand, there could be something to the cape tutorial. You never know. You're welcome to steal the idea and make a tutorial real quick before I do. I'll just add it to my list of things to perpetually have on my list of things to do, which is so big that I can never keep up with it. We have like big, huge lists hanging up in the office. And it's like such a basic system that we use. We just use like a Sharpie on a piece of mat board and we just like keep a list going. Eventually the stuff does get crossed off. But sometimes when you're in the midst of trying to get the list like done, oh my gosh, it feels like it takes forever. But we save them. We have these big, huge like mat board lists. And it's fun to look back and see like hundreds of things that got accomplished over time. And we will put everything on the list, everything from like, you know, wash the windows to make a doctor's appointment, to fix my eyeglasses, to get a truck running and on the road, like, you know, big things, small things, whatever. And it really helps us to like stay focused on what each other's needs are and what the household needs are, because it can be easy to get distracted, especially considering that he and I are so busy all the time. And we are more than I'd like to be. I went and played Jeopardy last night, William. I'm not going to let you forget. I did not want to go. And I went, and I was as not thrilled to be there as I thought I would be. So it's all good. You have to acquiesce. In a relationship, there's a little give and take, right? So I knew he wanted to go because William is like a big Jeopardy nerd. He loved Jeopardy. And by the way, our team would have been in last place if William was not on the team. He had like some of the most obscure answers that I had ever heard. And he said them with such confidence that nobody doubted him. And he wasn't wrong. So I'm not good at that. I mean, like, I'm not stupid, but I don't have that kind of weird memory of obscure things. It just doesn't stick unless I like repeat it several times over again, you know? Oh, I know, right? Capes would be so much fun. I feel like we do a Victorian street walk every winter. In the beginning of December, our church does like this big, huge musical production in the middle of the street in Broadway. And it's always super popular. People love it. We do a mix of like traditional Christmas carols and like more modern takes on things. And people really love it because we have a live band and everything. But it's the Victorian street walk. So it's like the one time of year that you can actually get away with like a top hat and a cape and a cane and all this sort of thing. It's very fun. So I do love that. William, oh my gosh, think about this. The last couple years have been brutally cold. In fact, they always do 2 45-minute sets. There's a huge chorus, like there'll be like 50 people on ensemble. It's pretty impressive. But this last year, now it's been freezing bitter cold the last several years, but this last year it got to be like -2, and this was on December 3rd. We had to cancel the second set because our equipment was not working, and I'm sure the musicians' fingers were not working either because they're like raised up on a stage. The wind is whipping down the middle of Broadway at feels like 100 miles an hour. But imagine, William, imagine we make these capes for ourselves for next year. That would be kind of cool, don't you think? That would be very Victorian because in very cold weather, they would definitely have had capes. Oh, I've always said I want a monocle. Well, it's the amount of people that we will get to show up to an event is incredible. We are having a sort of like Passion of the Christ performance at our church on Good Friday. And the amount of people in this, it's not a silent production, it's a wordless production. It's going to be very dramatic. It's very dramatic music and like people and like, you know, acting. And that's what I'm making the cape for. And there's at least like 50 people involved in the production itself. It's pretty incredible. I don't really like being on stage. Now, go figure. Here I'm in a live stream talking to strangers, but I don't like being on stage. So I'm sewing. And I thought sewing would be like an easier job because I thought, well, they'll just give me something to sew and then I'll just sew and then I won't have to do anything but show up to the performance, you know? No, like wanted you at all the or at all the rehearsals, which are every Sunday from 5 to 8. Oh my gosh, like if I had known I would have to be there so much, I would be like, no, I don't have time. This past Sunday, I got a blistering migraine while I was there. Oh, William was like, yeah, we're going home because this isn't working for me. It's not working for you. It's not working for me. So, yeah. So I just want to get the cape done so that on this Sunday, I can just be like, I don't care who the cape goes to. I'm going home. So I'm not even going. I have to be there at 7:30 in the morning on Sunday because I have to do the multimedia desk. So I'm not gonna want to be there from 5 to 8. I'm just being like, here guys, here's the cape. I'll see you at the performance because I'm not gonna be here tonight because no, you gotta say no. Hi.
Hi, quick question for you.
Yes.
I'm mentioned it in the comments, but you didn't catch it. Your file that you deleted, the Excel spreadsheet,
Oh,
is I found it.
oh, that's great.
If
Okay.
you want me to
You can
restore it,
you can restore it and you can save it as like backup spreadsheet
sure.
basically,
Okay,
so that I can compare notes on the two.
sounds good.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
And yes, I talk all the time about wanting a monocle because right now I can't see you because I don't have my glasses on. But if I had them on, I couldn't see this. So then if I had a monocle, then I could like have my one eye in good vision and my other eye,
Oh, it's the
instead of
OG
bifocals.
bifocal.
Right. I like that idea of bifocals. Why are bifocals now? They're up and down, which makes a lot of people dizzy. But I think a monocle makes more sense because then you're like left and right instead of up and down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the monocle.
Yeah.
The monocle should make a
Yeah.
comeback.
Yes. Indeed.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's across the hallway working on rewiring the office because if you've been paying attention to my channel, you'll know that I am in the process of we are in the process of taking our print lab and our old office for our business and turning it into a print lab. I can't think straight because I'm literally thinking, wow, these stitches ended up being really tight after all because I think this fabric is like aggressively draggy, I guess. Anyways, so I guess when like the power goes out, there's all kinds of issues. So he's like hardwiring things and stuff and such stuff I don't really understand. But as I build the website and as we catalog the artwork and we test the prints, we are also just trying to catch up in just our administrative facet of life. We're not always the best at that, and so both of us are trying to make better habits going into this year and not just kind of skirt by. The business became really overwhelming for us administratively, and um, I feel like we're just still stuck in a backlog of that. So we don't want to like carry that forward into this kind of new facet of the business. So we're not really doing refinishing work anymore, although we don't necessarily turn it down. We still do it on occasion. That's like a skill that you don't really forget how to have. But we are, basically pivoting into the studio as best we can. So I had no idea how laborious and tedious a website would be to build. And now I understand completely why people charge so much money because I'll tell you what, they're not charging enough. They can't be. I've been quoted and been charged like $2,500 before. There's no way. I mean, I would want to charge somebody like $10,000 for what I'm doing because it's been like giving birth several times over. It's been grueling. I mean, it's going to be very cool when it's up, and then it'll be easy to maintain because I'll have like all the framework in place. But to start from scratch, oh my gosh, it's been grueling. But I am excited for it. That's what I get for being the age I am and finally putting together a website. But listen, they say good things come to those who wait, and I feel like, you know, I've only gotten better with age, in my opinion. So maybe not more attractive, but better. All right, look at that. All right, so that's like maybe not quite 2 feet's worth, but pretty close. I have no idea how long this is going to take. So I didn't know if this would be a short live stream, a long live stream, if I would like move the camera. I don't know. Do people do that sometimes? Do they move the camera during the live stream? I guess maybe you must on occasion, right? I don't know. I don't want to be rude to anybody, And it depends on if it's just me and my husband, then then I don't care. Oh boy, this is going to be tedious. I said I wanted to finish this today. There's no way. I can't believe I sewed this on the wrong side. It's insanely annoying. Just think, William, I would be done right now. I would have the bottom cut off and reattached on the sides if I hadn't done this to myself. Oh boy, I don't mean to complain, but this is just awful. I was planning on doing a live stream, but I was planning on doing it from a studio, not from the complaining corner of the Fiber Arts studio. Although I like the vibe in here. I got the space heater going. I got all the lights on and cozy. Got my feet up on the ottoman. My live on air sign isn't behind me, so that's kind of a bummer, but this is just where I happen to set up shop tonight. So the sewing machine is like right behind me, so it just makes more sense to be on this side of the room. Oh, well, thank you. Roman King BC. I like that. It's actually like a name I can say. Sometimes there's names that are, I don't even know how to say hi to the person because it's like not legible, or not readable. What's readable? It's not legible, is readable, but that's like handwriting. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense for me phonetically. I can't say it out loud. It's just like a bunch of letters and numbers. I like to have a chill ambiance wherever I'm at, if possible. And like when we lose power, oh my gosh, the other day we lost power. It was on Tuesday, right, William? Yeah, it was on Tuesday. I woke up to like silence. The fan, we always have a fan going when we sleep, and there's always like very quiet, even quieter than this, music going on in the background. And so when I woke up, it was dead silent, which is so bizarre. Dead silent, because we live kind of in the boonies, so there's really no like noise pollution. So unless like a car is going by, you just don't really hear anything. Not even dogs barking, like really ever. The neighbor's dog will bark on occasion if someone strange like walks by the house, but that's rare because we live in a small neighborhood. So someone might walk, the other day I went for a walk. I walked for 45 solid minutes, and I did not pass a soul or a car or a dog or a cat or a human. So like it's really, really quiet. And so anyways, we lost power, and I was like literally just beside myself. I did not know what to make of it. It was cold. I didn't have the lighting that I would normally have because I'm blind. So like even during the day, I have all these lights going, and I couldn't upload any content because we had no internet, and the power was out the whole day. My husband wasn't able to come home until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when he could boot up the generator. And then like the power came on later that day, but it was just funny because we had no power and I was like beside myself. I had no idea how dedicated to electricity I was. It's been a long time since we've lost power, and I just had to sit in it because we have a generator and he's usually around, and then he'll just fire it up. So like this didn't happen that day. I was like, from the time I woke up until he got home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was just like silent, and it was so weird. There was no music. There was no. So then all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, I've got stuff downloaded on my one phone, which is charged up, and my speaker, which is charged up. And so like then I finally had some music, but it was like really crazy for a little while for me because I do not like silence at all. I don't know. It just kind of like triggers me. Oh yeah. I know. I don't know. I can't follow the trends. Although at our Jeopardy game last night, what was one of the questions, William, about the word of 2025? Wasn't really a word. Was it Webster's dictionary or Merriam? I don't know. You're welcome to pop your head in the door and tell me what the question was. But The answer was 6'7". And I actually knew that one right off the bat because I just knew that that was like the big thing last year was the 6'7". We do the kids camp at church, and like they were going out of their way to bring up that phrase or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what it is, honestly. Somebody tried to explain it to me, and I still was like, no, that still doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that at all. So, still don't understand it. All right, I'm making progress here. It feels slow, but I might be past the halfway point, so that's encouraging. I've got all these sharp objects near me, which is kind of scary. I might be able to sit right here and pin the bias tape too, which would be cool. I did it on the table before, though. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that rate, I'm just about at the halfway point. Okay. I'm curious to know how long it's taken me. Let's check the time there. Oh, okay. So it's been about 30-ish minutes. Okay. Oh, yeah. So you didn't have any success with that either? That's so funny. I saw meme and rapper and sports athlete person who was 6'7". I don't know. And so, yeah. So here I am, an old lady in my fiber arts room sewing. The last thing I'm going to know is that. And I don't even pretend to be hip. I like to be square. In fact, one of my pieces of artwork is called It's Hip to Be Square, which William was the clever one to come up with that one. He's very good at titles. I am not as good with titles. He comes up with clever titles that I don't think of. For my artwork, for anything really. He's very good at that. Besides the Jeopardy thing. Well, you're good at a lot of things. It's too bad you're not in the live stream because without you, we don't have elevator stories, and the live stream is not nearly as interesting without a good elevator story. So I don't know. I'm surprised, that you're even able to make it through the live stream without an elevator story. You were kind of all over the area today too. So you must have something interesting that happened. Oh,
Say elevator story.
I did say elevator story. I would love to hear an elevator story. Let's hear it.
Stories.
All right, we want to hear elevator stories. Bring on the elevator stories.
Sure. So let's see. I was, like I said, I was with my coworker in Home of the Good Shepherd today.
Uh-huh.
I was there in a different one last week. Did I tell you about this old lady who was like very dubious of me and who I was and what I was doing?
Really? For the first time, somebody's actually suspicious. So what's really funny about his job is that people are not suspicious of the elevator people, even though they really don't look official. He drives this ratty old white van with like a handwritten with red Sharpie like Simmons elevator sign in the window, and people are like, sure. No problem.
It's not an official Simmons maintenance slip, but the
which you
Sharpie
could print
slip.
off your computer.
Okay. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, it's very weird because like they have to break into places and stuff. So it's very weird that anybody's mistrusting of you. You guys seem to get into anywhere, anytime, any place, like more than like police officers.
Yeah.
You guys have helped police officers get into places that they can't get into.
Yeah, that one pot bust that was up on the fifth floor of 26 Elk Street, the warehouse, back in the day when pot growing was not legal in this state. Yeah, they had a big indoor growing operation, and our former owner had to go into the elevator control room and place the elevator call to get the elevator to go to the locked out floor, so the police could go in there and bust it. That was interesting.
Interesting.
Generally, we just have to break into machine rooms, which we're
Well,
supposed to be in, but
obviously.
half the time we never have keys for. So they
So this,
expect us to go in there and do our job, but then don't give us access to the room.
that's funny. So this lady was grumpy
So
or
yeah,
suspicious of you.
last week this lady, yeah, she was old and possibly senile, and
So you must have been in some kind of nursing home, which they spend a lot of time in, by the way.
yep, that would be the Home of the Good Shepherd, as an assisted living facility. It's a fancy name for a nursing home. Uh, yeah, and she's like, "What?" She's giving me this stink eye. She's like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, hi, ma'am. I'm here to do elevator maintenance." She's like, "Yeah, but why are you here?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to make everything, safe for you and everything." She's like, I better not see anything I don't want to see, or I'm not going to be happy.
Listen,
I'm going to be very
that is
upset.
a ballsy old lady. She's, I don't know how big she was, but she's facing 6'4" you, a
Oh,
big
she
guy.
was like,
And she's like, I better not see you. Like she's threatening you.
yeah, she's walking on her walker. She's like 6'8". After osteoporosis set in, she's just like,
I better not see you.
yeah.
I'm telling you, that is some cranky ass old lady balls.
And then, yeah, me and my coworker and I felt really, it's distressing to him, and it was a little distressing to me. The elevator we're fixing today, the seal blew out in it. It's a hydraulic elevator, so it's like it's one's lifted with these hydraulic rams, so it's kind of like shock absorbers on your car. They wear out after time.
Mm-hmm.
So this was there's like an overflow pail usually down in the elevator pit, and it's allowed to like weep a certain amount of fluid past the seal, and then it's like it goes into a bucket that like a seal bucket that we recycle back into the tank, and it can leak up to like 5 gallons in a month before you have to replace the seal. And some of them don't weep anything at all. Some of them, maybe once a month we might have to empty like 1/4 of a pail out of it back into the tank.
You're right. I'm sure she does. She low key probably knows mixed martial arts,
Oh
jujitsu or something,
yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, don't underestimate the old people. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. So yeah, this one was leaking badly, and I was there yesterday, and the thing was overflowing, and so I emptied it out, and in 24 hours, the 5 gallon pail was full.
Oh
So that's
wow.
like a lot.
Yeah.
So we had to do an emergency seal replacement in it, and we're up on this one. It was kind of weird. The way it's set up? We have to be on top of the car. Sometimes you're underneath everything
That sounds
on the pit
scary.
doing it, and yeah, you have to like basically prop the car up with these poles. And
That
like
does not sound safe.
it is safe, it is, but it's called landing the car, and you land the car on these poles, and like that's holding the weight of it, and then you work under it. They're like safety props. This one though, we lowered.
Sometimes I don't like it when you're telling me stuff.
You always play
Anyways.
safe. This one, you lower the car down onto the buffer springs, and it
Okay.
sets on the as low as it can go, and then we're working on top of the car because this is above. So we had the door kind of open. It was barricaded so no one could walk in. Um, and there was this lady on the second floor, and she was very confused at what's going on. Like, I think she had dementia or whatever, and just repeatedly she was like, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" Over and over and over again. It was becoming like very depressing and distressing.
Oh gosh. And nobody tried to help her? Oh,
She
well,
must,
right. There's no nurse or whatever. You're in assisted living,
yeah.
right? Oh my gosh. You have the funniest stories. I'm telling you. You have the funniest stories.
So I mean, yeah, we feel bad for these people. Like they truly like, they don't know where they are or
Oh
what's up.
dear. Oh man.
I remember the first first time.
It makes me never want to be in a freaking nursing
Oh,
home.
you
Oh
don't.
my
You
gosh.
definitely don't. And this is like one of the nice places.
Oh no.
The Home of the Good Shepherd is nice.
Oh wow.
Like
Okay.
they keep it like it's.
Well, let's not mention names if it's not nice because we don't want to get we don't want people to come after us.
No, it's an excellent facility. I will name them and say they run an excellent facilities.
And even then, I wouldn't want to be in one because
No,
it just sounds
yeah,
it just sounds scary.
No, I would highly recommend that. That's where Rob, our that's where one of our friends goes to play.
Yeah.
Music for the people.
Yeah.
Shepherd, he's got a gig there. But yeah, they have an excellent like staff. They care for the people very well. The facility is like they keep it very well maintained. It's clean. It's
right.
always painted. And
that's not the case for all of the other places.
Oh no, we have some places that are just total
not nice
holes.
Place.
Yeah, yeah, we have several facilities that I would take a bridge.
Oh no.
Before being stuck in them.
Oh man. And then you got the interesting churches that pay you in cake.
Oh yeah.
And not even very good cake. So we don't want to name their name, but they get paid in cake.
Oh, the academy down there. The academy,
yeah,
they're more of an academy than church, I guess.
All right.
They're like a Christian academy.
Yes.
And yeah, they fund. Most of their funding comes from selling rum cakes.
It doesn't taste like rum.
No, they're terrible.
The brownies are good though, and the macaroons are good.
Did you ever bring the macaroon for you too?
You brought them to me one time.
So yeah, they're best. Yeah, they're known for the rum cakes, but their best items are their chocolate brownies, and they're some of the best chocolate brownies I've ever had actually. And the macaroons.
William the Daredevil, by the way, you're getting called. Not every hero wears capes with William. So it's interesting because like these elevator repairs and elevator maintenance is incredibly expensive. I never even knew that there was such a thing as elevator repairs and maintenance. Obviously there would have to be, but I never thought about it. And then he got this job, and then you come to find out it's mad freaking money. And so like a lot of these facilities that are not for profit or whatever, or just, very like low budget, don't really have the money to pay for this stuff, but you have to have it. You have an elevator in your facility, like it's like required to have like a certain level of maintenance and whatnot. And a lot of times if it's like a well-used elevator, it like has issues and breaks down and stuff. And so like this one place, this academy, like they're always like really, really behind on their tab, but they'll like send the guys home with all these cakes and stuff. And sometimes we're lucky enough to get macaroons and brownies, but a lot of times it's just the rum cakes, and they're so bad. I think we gave the last one to my brother for Christmas.
Yeah, we did.
I wonder if he ate it.
We regifted it.
We should ask him what he thought of it, because then at least we would know there's a person who might be interested in eating it.
Right.
Yeah, we never did ask if he liked it, and we went out on our birthday. We could have asked him then.
We could have asked him then, but we did not.
That's so funny that we took. So my brother and I are born one day apart. On my 4th birthday, on February 9th, my mother went into labor, and my brother was born February 10th. So we celebrate our birthdays usually together in some way, shape, or form, or often we do. I wouldn't say usually. We did our entire life when we were kids, and then it varied over the years. But I like to go to Mexican food for my birthday because that's my favorite. And he wanted to have our birthday on my birthday this time. So I said, well, I wanted to go to Mexican food. So he was like, okay, sure. But then we go, and then he orders a burger.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't you say you didn't want to go to the Mexican place? I just thought that was really funny. Because he's been to Mexican with us before.
Right, and we would take him anywhere.
Right, I know. I just thought that was really funny. He's so funny. Cake payments. Oh, hey, Mary, come join the party. We've been hanging out with Roman.
Oh, Mary.
I'm working on making a cape, and unfortunately, I sewed the bias tape to the wrong side of the fabric, and you wouldn't think it would matter, but in this particular instance, it does. It looks too gray, and I need it to be black because it's going to be supposed to be like a demon in the Good Friday drama production thing that they're doing at church. So, I don't want I can't have Satan not looking nefarious enough. So this has got to be done by Sunday. And my hope is that I can just walk in and drop it off on Sunday morning and go back Sunday night and be like, here's your cape.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. I just can't do this, guys. I have too much going on. Like, I didn't know that saying yes to making this cape was going to be like this big ordeal of all these 3-hour practices and then like trying to figure out the cape and all that. I thought they would have a pattern, but I'm telling you, like I was saying before, I could not find a good cape pattern. And this is, in my opinion, if I can like get this to work, then we have like a tutorial worthy thing to put out there. I know that there's lots of capes.
Cape pattern out there.
There needs to be a cape pattern that doesn't suck, basically, and that you can take the blanket and make a cape out of it, because then it's useful. You don't actually have to like go figure out fabric and yardage and all that sort of thing. You could be like, go buy this size blanket or order it on Amazon, and this is how you make the cape. I would give that out for free if people would consider subscribing to my channel, because I think capes are very popular in like the Comic-Con world and any kind of dramatic type production or anything like that. Even in like, I don't know, I feel like that would be a useful thing for people. People do a lot more dress up nowadays than they did when we were younger. Like like back in the day, you'd have like a costume party, Halloween. Like, what other reasons might people dress up? And even then, as an adult, you might not. But like now, Naomi has me like altering clothes for her so she can go to like Comic-Con, and it's not like, that's not weird at all to be 25 and doing that. When I was 25, I was giving birth to her and had a mortgage. And so I don't know. I was. Right, and now her dad and I did we did do gaming things though. Like he had me playing the Star Trek collectible card game thing, and we went to like some conventions and stuff for that.
Comic-Con is like a really big deal now. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself. Like I'm very,
like I don't know. It's been around for a while, but
like back in the day.
Oh yes.
You might have the the fringe part of the public would do LARPing and stuff. And
right, LARPing. That's right. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that term in forever. Live action role playing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's so interesting. I totally forgot about that. I remember our friend Arthur Wright was really into LARPing.
Oh yes.
Yes, and he was like into Dungeons and Dragons. Like he was into gaming, like of all sorts of any kind, really. But yeah, he was into that. So I'm not saying adults are never into that, but I think it's much more common nowadays for people to be also like with their own wardrobe aesthetic to be like really expressive with what they wear.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Like I remember back in the day for women's clothing, like you would wait for each season to come out and you would hope that maybe the clothes that were there might be your taste, might be your color, might be your, but now you can like go, like they have so many styles available. You're not trapped by one kind of niche look each season, because back in the day, all the stores like Deb and Learners and those Fashion Bug and things that aren't even around anymore, like they would have very similar looking clothes.
Yeah.
And it would be annoying. And now I feel like there's so much variety in how people dress across the board, down to the Lego Crocs. Have you seen the Lego Crocs that have come out recently?
I have not.
I don't know if you're missing out, but you should Google that right now. You should Google Lego Croc.
I'm not missing out because I have wool claws, but
yeah, I'm thinking I will single-handedly save Halloween. It's maybe not the best time of year for putting up a cake, but like Renaissance fairs, right?
Renaissance.
Yes, and Comic-Con and other things. I don't know. This almost has like a Darth Vader-y sort of vibe to it. Would you say?
It's like the
Sith guy
that the Sith guy or the Emperor of the Universe.
Yes, it is like an Emperor of the Universe type cloak. Yep, that's what it ended up looking like. So
good. Let the hate flow.
You're pretty good with your impressions, by the way. So William brought me home donuts, but then he foolishly told me about the mini apple raspberry crumb pie that he brought home. And I'm telling you, it's, you know, it's hard to know it's there. I'm just saying.
I should have just saved it for, let you know it was around tomorrow.
Right.
For Saturday and Sunday. It's not
right.
It's not for like.
Well, it's because I didn't eat much today, so we ended
Right.
up not eating dinner. We ended up eating bacon and apple cider donuts for dinner, Mary. What do you think about
It's
that?
my intent for us to have a sugar mukbang for dinner.
It wasn't. We had bacon. We had
Yeah.
bacon. We had bacon. But a part of me is like, is that enough? You know, what time is it? It's 8:30, so it's not a good time to be eating. It's too late in the day, but
Yeah.
but at the same time my stomach is like, but that wasn't enough dinner, man.
Well, I did the stuff I got from the Locust Grove Smokehouse. I said I got the smoked pork chops.
Oh, you got this. I would taste them. You said we could eat them like straight up.
We could either eat them straight up. I could warm one up in the pan. We could sample it. Like,
I could go for a sample.
All right, I could make that happen.
Okay.
They also had the lady said, "Oh, we have a new item.
What's that?"
We have snack sticks, which are like, and they're sealed in plastic, but they're like
snack sticks, like a Slim Jim type thing.
Kind of like a Slim Jim, yeah, but like gourmet.
Okay, interesting.
She's like, "Oh, they're really good. Can't stop eating them."
Okay.
It's a new item we came out with.
Okay.
We'll try that. So, and they're honey barbecue.
Well, why aren't you getting one of those right now?
I don't know. I could bring up the honey barbecue snack stick and see what that's all about.
What is he waiting for? What is he waiting for?
I don't know. Again, we're making everybody hungry here.
Sorry.
Yes, we want to have dinner with you too.
Yes. Okay. So both Roman, if you're still here with us, and if you're not, that's okay. And Mary, you guys are both invited to come up to dinner. We had bulk cooking day, and we'll take requests, and we'll just do a bulk cooking day with what everybody likes the most.
Yeah, we'll just have a big feast with all your favorites.
Yes, you are invited. Some of the stuff that I made at the last bulk cooking day, William highly approves of. His favorite is probably the colcannon soup, though. He absolutely loved that. I don't know what's his favorite. Is that your favorite? What's your favorite thing? Oh, and the coleslaw that we made with the apples and the cilantro and the raisins, the golden raisins, is so good. And the Vidalia onions, that's amazing. Did I say cilantro?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I didn't mean to re-say that. You love the colcannon. What else did you like? Oh, the scallop potatoes with the kielbasa that we made in the cast iron 9x13. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the scallop.
That is so.
Yeah, Mary, you're
good.
right about the scallop potatoes. The stuff flowed right in between everything.
Oh man, they're so good. They're crazy good. I could just eat those because I love potatoes.
And I discovered that the scallop potatoes worked really well. We have this stone ground mustard.
Oh yeah,
Ocean State job lots for like $3 a jar. This is my favorite mustard of all time.
Muddy Bello 4347. I can say your name. Sure, absolutely. Hi there. How are you? Sorry, I have to like go back and forth because I'm blind, so I can't see those comments, but I can see them next to me. So I'm sorry about that. I am a chatty Cathy. You're so right. I'll talk the whole time, even if William isn't here, talking about the stone ground mustard. So anyways.
Yes, hello everybody.
Yeah, so we made these amazing scallop potatoes during our bulk cooking live stream, and William loves this particular mustard that he gets at Ocean State job lot. It's called, what is it, Crackus? The Kraken?
It's Kosciuszko.
Kosciuszko. How are you doing today, Mr. Mudbello, by the way? Mrs. Mudbello? Miss. I don't know. How do you call people now? Maybe you just use an M.
Yeah, there's like a little circle with your picture on it, but on my phone it's so small I can't see.
I don't know. Like. But anyways, I hope you're having a fantastic Friday evening.
Yeah, we're excited.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that'll be your best day. It's our best day that you're coming to say hi and hang out. We're just hanging out with some friends on a Friday evening like we like to do. Normally it would be my art studio, but I got roped into making this cape, which would be done if I didn't sew this on the wrong side. But man, it turned out so well. I can't wait to get the final pictures of it. So I'm going to do a cape tutorial for sure. Nobody did the cape tutorial in the way that I did it, which kind of looks like you're making a noose around the neck, but it worked so good. And then you don't need to like clasp it because you can tie it with the rope that you use. So I think it could be a big hit. Making a cape with a Wally World Blankie. Oh, look at this. We're almost at the end. So possibly we could be putting the bias tape on, or we could be turning in. It really is up to you. How small and how you call small boy and they. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're definitely grateful to have you hanging out and chatting. So, anyways, I could be putting the bias tape down and trying to pin it in place. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work if I'm sitting down.
Are you good to entertain everyone for a minute while I bring up some?
He's going to bring up some snack sticks that are honey barbecue flavor. Sure. Go get some snack sticks and bring them back up.
Can we be a friend? Yes, you're our friend. You joined us. You're our friend.
Absolutely, we can be friends. We are here to make friends. We love new friends. We have a couple friends already. Roman was hanging out with us earlier. Yeah. And Mary is with us now. And William is already the friend who is in the chat and sometimes in the room, both. Right now he's going to leave the room but stay in the chat because apparently Oscar's Smokehouse created a new delicious delicacy that we need to sample, and he brought home. Oh, sorry, Locust Grove. Sorry, my bad. He was out near Argyle, not up in I think the other one's in Warrensburg, maybe. Oscar Smokehouse. I think it's Warrensburg and maybe down where like my parents live, down towards Ravenna. But yes, Locust Grove. Both of them very good. I like Locust Grove a little bit more, probably because it's like a little more hole in the wall. The smaller it places, the more I tend to like it. I like little guys. I like to support the small businesses that I can. Oh, you're 22 years old? Well, I'm 50 years old and my husband's 55 years old. And normally people do not want to talk about their age at our age, but we don't mind because we feel grateful that we made it this far. It's an accomplishment. Let me tell you. It wasn't very long ago that people wouldn't even live to be this old. So I'm grateful to be this age and healthy and able-bodied. For the most part, I have migraines sometimes, but other than that, I'm pretty good. This last week of migraines has been unexpectedly annoying, though. I'll tell you, I didn't nearly get as much done as I wanted because I just couldn't think straight most days. Super stressful. All right, so William's going to go get a snack stick. I'm going to see if I can pin this bias tape in place like right as I sit here. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. Otherwise, I would have to like move the camera angle, which I guess I could do that too. Not sure. But I really got this last little tiny piece is really sewed on there. I must have hit the reverse thing more than once or something because I can barely get this ripped out. Oh my word, so close, yet so far away. Oh, okay, woo, ah! That is a relief. All right, let me put my safety pins so that I don't lose my place, just in case from like friction I lose the line of where that is, because it's actually in a good spot. It's just on the wrong side. So I'm going to pin it on the other side, and then I'll go back and I'll remove the safety pins after. They just are giving me a decent idea of where I need to put the tape, though. I should have known. Rookie move to sew it on the wrong side of the fabric. Haha, you are lovely at 59, Mary. Seriously. You are lovely. All right, so we're going to put the bias tape on this side, not the other side. The other side is what we already did, and it was wrong. So let me grab it. Excuse me. All right. It actually felt good to stand up for a second. I could have probably turned off the heater. I'll tell you, this is a warm. This would be a really good Vic Walk cape because I am sweating. You can turn that heater off if you want. William's back with some snack sticks. I'm enjoying your company here. I'm definitely enjoying your company here. So you're welcome to sit and hang out and chat with us and tell us more elevator stories.
Sure.
Unless you're busy next door, which I don't blame you. Oh, interesting. It looks kind of like a hot dog.
It does look kind of like a hot dog. It came right out of the fridge. I have no idea. You're taking the first bite. It's supposed to be very good.
I'm wondering if it would be better like with a little bit of a grill to it.
I can do that because
It's
warming up
good.
the pan right now.
But it's good. Honey barbecue snack stick. I feel like a carnivore keto type of person. It might have a little sugar in it though. Some carnivore or keto people might not like that. But what do you think?
I think it needs to be heated.
Yeah, I think it would be better heated and like diced up in like little medallions and then like dipped in a little bit of that mustard.
Oh, hello.
There we go. Oh yeah, man, I tell you, I absolutely love some good grilled hot dogs. Ah, oh, I don't know why, I just do. I just really do.
It's warming up, and I'll get this warmed up, and we're gonna have a smoked pork chop to split.
Oh, all right. So snacks are coming. So I don't know. It sounds like it might be good timing just to keep working here. Yeah. I'm gonna grab my pins.
I'll be tracking on the phone and the chat.
Yeah, keep up with the chat. All right, very cool. All right, this is my favorite little pin cushion ever. Isn't he the cutest thing ever? My daughter made him, and I just love him, love him, love him. I think he's the cutest thing ever. Of course, I'm partial. Somehow there's just like a thread coming out of his body. I don't understand that. I might have to do something about that. But I just think he's so cute. So anyways, I had to show him off because I'm partial to having Naomi around, and I haven't heard from her in a little bit, so I was getting nervous. From what I hear, though, she's doing well, so. All right, this is going to be pinned on the inside. Let's see if I can pin it on my lap instead of on the tabletop. I did it on the table before, which probably was a little bit easier. And I almost wonder if I should have made it a tiny bit bigger. I don't know. William's got a pretty big head, so it should be a pretty good size, but it could have been maybe a tiny bit bigger. I don't know. I guess the other thing I could do is pin it over. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, I got it. A slate compromise. I will pin it like over the top of the safety pin, but I'll remove them as I go, obviously. And that way it will get maybe just a little bit bigger. Because the guys that are going to be wearing these capes are all, we have some good sized, oops, I'm not going to be reusing safety pins, we're using straight pins. They're good sized guys, so hopefully I won't pin myself. I'm fond of doing that. I'm kidding, I'm not fond of doing that, but I tend to do that a lot more than I would like. All right, so this will make a lot more sense now with this being on the inside of this, and it definitely is like way more gray than black on that one side for some reason. I don't know how I didn't see that before. Who freaking knows? I don't know. But I do think I can pin this while I'm sitting here, so that's good news. I don't think I can sew it while I'm on the live stream because it would just be like noisy. I'm not sure how that would work. Yeah, I can just kind of trace along this line here and hopefully not stab myself in the leg or catch my dress. Yeah, I think this is going to work just fine. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. My knee being like a spot that I can kind of check with the pin, like I can just touch my knee and I'll be like, oh, that's where it's at. So this will work really well. Yay. I love it when a plan comes together. Did you ever watch the A-Team? I loved the A-Team when I was a kid, man. I thought they were the coolest guys. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm not doing art right now because I volunteered for some crazy reason to do some sewing for our church because I just try to be supportive of what they're doing and stuff. And when they asked for some seamstresses, I thought it was a better option than getting on the stage. And it would be if I didn't mess up. But if I did, listen, here's the thing though. If I hadn't messed up, I wouldn't have done this live stream. And I've had so much fun doing it. If this had worked out, literally, I would already be done. So I probably would have just turned off my camera for the day. So I haven't done a Fiber Arts live stream. I was saying Mary is our OG fan. And I was saying to William that the Fiber Arts live stream is the OG live stream because if you have looked way back into the beginning of my live streams, the first few that I did were actually from the Crochet Corner. So there was just a little piece of me that was like inspired to maybe do the live stream from the Fiber Arts room. And I thought to myself, you never know, Mary could hop on, maybe Roman, you never know. We enjoy our friends that we've made on YouTube, my husband and I, and we kind of consider it our channel. I got my knee a little good that time. If you saw my face once, because I just got my knee a little bit. Oh, yes. I love that so much. I definitely, I don't know who your favorite character was, but I remember for the A-Team, Murdoch was my favorite character. He was just so crazy, you know? I could just like kind of relate to him a little bit. And he was so silly and he was like so klutzy, but yet like somehow really smart about things. I always thought he was, I knew everybody like all the girls were like really into Face, but I thought Murdoch was the cutest one. He seemed more like my kind of guy. The ladies man type isn't really my type, so that's why it's funny I'm with William. He's a ladies man type of guy, but you know. Somehow we make a good pair most of the time anyways. This is going a lot faster than I thought, actually. I was dubious that I would get along, but my knee though has been instrumentally helpful here. I'm excited. If I could get this cape done tonight or tomorrow at the latest, because I'm not going to want to cut off the bottom and do all that probably tonight. I don't know. It seems like a stretch, but if I could get it done by tomorrow, then I could just hand it off on Sunday and be like, hey, see ya on the 3rd, which you're all invited to come. It's going to be a really neat production because there's not going to be any talking allowed, even in the sanctuary. You have to take a vow of silence before you walk in the doors. And there won't be any talking or singing or any of that. Just music and movement of the actors and like no talking once you get inside and no talking until you leave. So I think that's kind of interesting. I love that idea. Then you can like go to this kind of production and not feel pressured to like talk to anybody while you're there. It's gonna be very dramatic. There's gonna be an actual like Jesus up on a cross, and there's gonna be like a slap scene, and it's gonna be very dramatic, but no talking. There's gonna be demons and devils, and which is why I'm making one of the capes. So it should be very interesting. I've seen some of the rehearsal because I had to be there as a seamstress, which I was like, what? But it's been cool to watch them rehearse it. And the music is really dramatic as well. Oh, No, you don't have to lie. You can. Oh, I'm so glad you're a Murdoch fan. I didn't know you're a Murdoch fan. That's very cool. Oh, you're from Nigeria? Isn't that where your coworker's from, William? Isn't that where? I can't remember. I want to say William works with somebody from Nigeria, but I can't remember. And literally, think about this. If you're sad about your government, think about this. Our governor was just on the news begging people to come back to New York State to support their generous social programs. She asked people to please move back and bring their friends and cut a check. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like any government that's in charge of things is a bad one. So, sadly, we have not any money ourselves. It's the best we can do. And we just found out our rent is going to be going up $300 a month in the next couple months here. So, and it's already pretty high. So, unfortunately, we can commiserate with that for sure. It's sad, but you just can do the best you can to find the joy in life that you can find and learn to live with less, honestly. And we do. So, we do, and we don't mind. We're not worse off for it. I don't really think people do any better for having more, honestly. Maybe like your basic needs should be met, obviously, but I do feel like my husband and I, are definitely blessed as far as that goes. We do have our needs met, even if it seems hard, and even if we have to budget tightly, and even if we have to watch our dollars, and we have a lot of hand-me-downs and whatever. We have extra jobs. So he got up early this morning and went and did one of his extra jobs, and he'll go in the morning tomorrow on Saturday on his day off from his other job and go do the extra job. So it's, what are you going to do? It's hard. Oh, okay. Oh, his dad still lives there. Interesting. Okay. This is pinning really well, William. So I'm excited because I think that for all of the time it took for me to seam rip it, it's worth it to get it on the proper side and have it look better. And I think I'll be much happier with it. I would be annoyed. And this side is also like in a way fluffier too, which I think would look weird. The other side looks more like sleek, whereas this looks more plush. And it didn't have the right look. So I am so stupid for not looking first. Not surprised, because I'm absent-minded like that. So I am not at all surprised I did that. The sewed line stayed actually pretty good. I probably did not have to safety pin them, but over time I've learned that it's better to be safe than sorry. And most of the time I'm just playing it safe when I don't need to, but this piece of bias tape is better. The one at the beginning actually had weird folds in it, so I am grateful that this piece seems to have settled out now that I'm deeper into the roll of the bias tape. Because this was a little ugly at the beginning and kind of caused me some consternation for sure. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call myself names. I do that sometimes. Oh, you farm grain? Okay. What else do you farm? Just grain or other things as well? We don't really farm anything here, but we do have a basil plant and some cilantro in water, but that's and some house plants, but that's the extent of our farming here. I was trying to grow some lemon seeds, but I actually forgot about them. Hey, William, can you do me a favor and check in the downstairs bathroom and that flat drawer next to the sink and tell me if you see any Ziploc bags in there? Because I had lemon seeds that I was trying to germinate and I forgot about them. But our friend here, Mud Bello 4347, reminded me of my little lemon seeds. Maize, rice, ginger. Oh, nice. Ginger is so good. I never really had an appreciation for it until recently. And then when I started cooking with it, I was like, whoa, this stuff is amazing. All right, so I've pinned the bias tape, and now it's pinned in the same semicircle that it was pinned in before. I'm going to cut off the excess. And then I'm going to, and then I need to actually sew it down. So I don't know exactly how I will do that and keep the live stream going without you just having to look at the back of my head, but that's what I would need to do next. So if you feel like staying for that, you're welcome to. I have to like turn myself around. I'm going to see what it looks like in my iPad here. Oh man, I'm going to turn myself to the side so you're not just looking at the back of my chair. There we go. Trying to make it so that you can see. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, Bello. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. We like nicknames. Mary lets us call her Mary. So thank you for the iced tea, William. It's very refreshing. I really appreciate it. Garlic tomato. Oh my, garlic. I did not ever use fresh garlic until I met William, and it is a game changer. I throw it in so much stuff. Now he has to say like, hey, can we hold up on the garlic this time around? And I'm like, oh, why? Come on, man. I don't want to do that. That's no fun. Okay, I'm trying to find where my pins are. I lost my pins. Okay, somewhere in here. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
Yay. You know, I just put a whole bunch of pins in here and I can't figure out where they are.
Mary and Bello, hello.
Okay, so he supposedly made us some kind of pork chop thing. And I know I just, here we go. All right. I'm like, I know I just pinned this whole thing. What is even going on? That is what is going on. We're going to sew it on the proper side. But I'm going to try this pork chop first.
Oh, I love tomato, love garlic.
Oh my gosh, garlic is the best.
Peppers, yes.
All right, so I'm just going
Cucumbers. Jenny doesn't like cucumber. I really do, though.
All right, so, oh, he got some cheese of some sort. Okay. What kind of cheese is that?
It's smoked Munster cheese.
Smoked Munster. All right. I'll put it down here so you can see it. It's a little stone ground mustard. William's like, wait a minute, the food's so far away from me.
Yeah, it's way far away from me.
Well, we're just doing a taste test, a live taste test here. All right. Let's try this out. So the sausage again is what now? This is their snack stick.
Yeah, that's pork and beef with honey barbecue. Is it better heated?
Wow.
Seems like it'd be way better heated.
Wow. That is so good.
Okay.
Oh my word.
It wasn't bad cold, but it seemed like it shouldn't have been cold.
Wow. That is delicious. Oh, you were hooked up with the produce there, Bello.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love fresh produce. My grandmother, when she was out in California, would grow watermelons, strawberries, plums, nectarines. And then when she moved to Florida, she grew oranges and peaches. What is that again?
It's a smoked pork chop. Is it good?
Wowzers. All right, I'm going to let you have a bite. So good. Oh my gosh. They
just looked really good. They were very lean.
All right, I'm going to have this last little bit and then I'll give you the plate. That is ridiculously good.
Really?
That is so good. That is so good. Wow.
Oh wow, that's good.
It's delightful. That is delightful. Oh wow. Well done, Oscars. No, excuse me. Locust Grove. I keep doing that. Sorry. Locust Grove Smokehouse. Wow. A smoked Munster?
Yes.
Smoked pork chop and the honey barbecue snack stick. Wow. It makes me not want to eat crappy stuff anymore. It makes you snobby.
Huh.
We're talking about having to budget our money.
Yeah, I wish we could afford this all the time. These are treats, by the way.
Like we're cats. Like we have to our dogs get
Yes.
special treats. All right, so forgive me for running the sewing machine. You're welcome to say, okay, I'm done with the live stream because I don't want to listen to a sewing machine clunk, 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 clunk. And I don't blame you. I don't really want to either, but unfortunately, this has got to happen. So I either sign off or I sew for a minute. And it's like a slow sewing because I have to like keep the pin in place on the first run around because I'm afraid that the bias tape will move too much if I don't. So, ow.
And it doesn't eat much, Bello.
Oh, I know. I know. I don't eat that much actually. I know I'm kind of plumpy for not eating that much, but I don't actually eat all that much. I had today a little bit of some Parmesan crisps, and I had we had some homemade coleslaw, and then we had some potato chips. Right.
What are you cooking, Mary?
Yeah, what are you snacking on, Mary? I'm gonna maybe move this a little bit so I'm not like way behind everybody. Let's see. There we go. All right. Maybe that's better.
You always know what we're cooking. What are you cooking?
Yeah, what does everybody else eat? Oh, now my iPad's like in. All right. Well, I'm gonna scooch that out of the way for a minute so that it's not in everybody else's way. There we go. I've got my box of notions like in a bad spot. All right, so I like to have the iPad nearby because it's so big and I can see comments on it really well. Perfect. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. See, we can make this happen. We can make this work. All right. Get my little fox. So what do you think of that, William? Would you buy that again?
Oh, she's eating fried chicken. That sounds great.
Oh, I love fried chicken. We don't make it a lot, but William does love my fried chicken as well.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't blame you. It's been a while since we did fried chicken. We could, we are so frugal with our stuff. We make all of like the meats that we cook last for make so many meals, we're just really careful. So I think we could justify doing a fried chicken once in a blue moon, Although sometimes it's just good to go buy somebody else's really good made fried chicken because other people do make good fried chicken too sometimes. It sounds crazy, but I don't mind Popeye's fried chicken. I think they make a good fried chicken most of the time. All right, this is going to be a pain to do. I kind of like did it. I did this so that now I'm going to have to like shove the robe through, and I think that was maybe the wrong choice. So what I'm going to do is flip it around. I don't like the way I'm doing this, so we're gonna switch up the tactics here because I'm not gonna be able to shove this thing through the sewing machine. So I'm like sewing it on the wrong side, if that makes any sense. It's not pinned to the wrong side. I've got the fabric on the wrong side though. It needs to be like over here.
Oh, we're making you hungry too, Bella?
Oh yeah, because man, if you're gonna be on our live streams, there's gonna be lots of food and there's always lots of tea. We always have a lot of tea. Tea is my specialty, no pun intended. I'm not a coffee drinker. William is a Death Wish coffee drinker, which is kind of a weird name for a coffee, but that's what he likes. But I'm a tea drinker. A tea snob, I would almost say. Okay, here we go. This will go much faster and much better.
I left you some bites over here, by the way.
You left me some bites. Well, I'm in the middle of trying to sew this, so I don't know.
Go ahead and sew away. I'm just saying I didn't eat it all. There's some left.
You could. You're a big guy. you have a lot of you to fill up, you know. Oh, see, that's why you have to do that slowly, so you don't like nick the needle and like break your, or nick a pin and nick your and break your needle. You really should have like eye protection. It's hard for me to see to sew with my glasses on though, so I almost need like safety glasses that are just not prescriptions so that I can see what I'm doing, because with my glasses on I can't see what I'm doing. So it's dangerous to really sew without eye protection because these needles can snap on you and they're dangerous. Oh, I'm a big fan of tea. Man, when I discovered tea when I was a kid, my dad didn't drink coffee, but every once in a while he would drink tea, like only when he was like not feeling well though. But once in a while he would have a cup of hot tea, and that's when I discovered it. Now my mom's from the South, so she always had iced tea going, but my dad would make like hot tea, and that's what got me into drinking hot tea. And I remember like people would tell me when I was a kid, "Oh, you'll drink coffee one day," and I was like, "No, I won't. Oh, it's an acquired taste." And I was like, "Well, I don't need to acquire the taste for that, because I didn't want to acquire a taste for things." So I never grew into liking beer or coffee or red wine or any of that, because anything that I have to work hard to learn how to drink, I don't want to learn how to drink it, you know? Like diet soda. Ugh, I don't no, I don't need to learn how to drink it. It's gross.
Unless it's Fresca.
Fresca's okay. Even that is like a little bit weird for my palate still. So I don't know.
The non-diet version of Fresca, wouldn't that be like Slice or something?
Oh, I don't know, the grapefruit flavor.
Yeah.
Where are you? Don't finish your fried chicken. Share it. Yes, she's in Kentucky, so she should be. She'd have to make some global deliveries, but I'm sure it'd be worth it. If you're from Kentucky, you know how to. You know your fried chicken. Even if you don't make it yourself, you know good fried chicken. That's for sure. You were smart enough to know that in upstate New York, you can walk into any pizza place and buy by the slice. Because if you're not from New York, people will take that for granted. They won't know that. One thing that my daughter misses about living in upstate New York, she lives in Pennsylvania, which isn't even that far away. We're talking 6 hours at the most. She misses that there's good pizza. That there's good pizza on every corner in upstate New York. We laugh because there's a town up the road, and there's 4 pizza places in the town of like I don't know, 1,000 people, and they're literally within a 1-minute walk of each other. So it's funny because you can walk into any of those places and buy slices, and there's so many of them, and everybody's got like their place, you know.
There is good pizza down in the Philly area, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying that's one thing that right. That's one thing she misses, because we're talking about in upstate New York. There's good pizza on literally every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For the most part, and if it's not your kind of pizza, drive 5 minutes more, and it will be. Like we like Fiero's, we like West Ave. We even liked. I thought did we get it from Vicky's once?
No, we've never had pizza.
So we should try her pizza.
We do need to try it.
Right. The lady down on the corner has pizza, and we haven't tried that. And our little friend down on the other corner, the Flasher, we live in a rural area, but yet we can walk to actually get like food and ice cream in the summertime, because there's a guy down on the corner just like a half a mile down the road, and he has like some of the most amazing food, and you wouldn't even know it. It's like we live in the middle of nowhere, and he makes these bomb steak sandwiches, his chicken sandwiches, amaze balls. He makes poutine. He has chicken and waffles. I think he could do better for the waffles, but I do like his chicken, and he makes this amazing maple caramel sauce, which is really good. Although I'm like, just Chris, like it's Bisquick and a waffle maker. Like, come on, it's not, I want to like tell him to go all the way with the waffles. It's not that much. The Eggos are not, I don't know. They don't do it for me. Lego my Eggo. Put the Eggo down. I don't want the Eggo. I want Bisquick waffles, I want the real deal. And I want like some good maple topping on that. You know, we're in upstate New York. Chicken and waffles, if you don't have some kind of good maple on there, that's embarrassing. Everybody thinks Vermont has like the most maple syrup. No. New York is actually way up there for maple syrup production, if not ahead of them, because we have a bigger state and we have more maple trees than they do. So everybody thinks it's all Vermont. No. It's not all Vermont, actually. We also are a big producer of apples and strawberries.
Yeah, and speaking of the maple syrup, we have to plan dinner with
Oh, yes. We have our friends who tap maple trees. I don't know why it's saying. I need to enter that. Hang on 1 second. All right. Yeah, we have friends that tap maple trees. And in fact, Kelly's parents tap their maple trees too.
Oh.
She said because of the crazy cold weather that we've had, the maple, the syrup is much sweeter this year. The sap is really sweet this year, apparently. So,
that's cool.
I didn't understand that. So, I'm going to see.
A little piece of chop, but I still left this stuff.
All right, so I've made it back to where I sewed before and said, okay, I'm on the wrong side. So we've made it down one side of the bias tape already. So that's
honey
not
butter, yes.
What now?
Mary said chicken and waffles needs honey and butter.
Oh, I love chicken and waffles with honey and butter. Oh my gosh, that is actually my ideal way. I remember when I first went into a Chick-fil-A way back in like the late 90s down in South Carolina, when my ex-husband and I lived there, and you could get the chicken and honey and biscuit or whatever for breakfast. And I was like, what? Because, you know, we didn't have that up north for sure. Nobody would have done that. I was a big fan of that. All right, got one side of the bias tape done. Oh yeah, I love it that way. It's so good. Well, now that my husband's made friends with you, he wants to go to Kentucky so he can learn all the different foods that are down there, because he knows that you're hiding good food down there. And bourbon. He's like, well, we have a friend in Kentucky now we can go visit, because you know there's going to be new food and new alcohol down there. So let's go check it out. He wants to hook up we got a camper trailer last year, and he wants to hook that up and go see the sights. All right, this time we're pulling pins all the way. Normally I would record this and add it into my vlog for the day, but I only have so many devices and I don't feel like recording every last stinking thing I do, you know? It gets annoying sometimes to be always thinking about content creation. I don't want to complain because I do it because I know that y'all are watching it and commenting, and I actually really appreciate it. But sometimes I'm like, man, I don't feel like recording doing this.
Bello, I don't know if you're still on. I've got kind of, since we're talking about food or whatever, I had a little kind of funny story. It was around Christmas time, and it's had to do with the cultural differences of us versus Nigeria, let's say.
Okay.
My coworker used a saying that seemed common to him that it was something we don't hear here. He says, and the phrase was "nervous as a Christmas goat."
Nervous as a Christmas goat. Okay.
We don't eat a lot of goat here.
No, we don't eat a lot of goat. We eat goat cheese. And maybe have goat milk. That's the extent of the goat that we consume is goat cheese.
So yeah, we're at our morning meeting, and he mentioned it. He used that phrase, and we were all laughing because like culturally, it's a bit different than
that's so funny.
What we're used to.
That is the funniest phrase I've ever heard. Nervous as a Christmas goat. Yeah, I guess we could call it, but you could make that, you could Americanize that and say like nervous as a Thanksgiving turkey, right?
Sure.
That's funny. All right, this is exciting. You're going to be trying this on before you know it.
Mary, every day is an eating holiday for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really hard to keep this guy full. Why do you think that we do the bulk cooking? Because it's really hard to keep this guy full. Amazingly, you didn't snore last night. I was thinking about that. I'm like, whoa, what happened? Because I know you're eating well since we've been keeping up with the bulk cooking.
Yes, I have.
So, yeah, that's usually a bad sign for snoring. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're about at the halfway point of the second side of the bias. Now we're going to feed the cord through, cinch it, and see how the cape works. That's the goal. And hopefully I sewed it good enough on the other side so that it won't fray. This side I can tell I got good enough inside the cord, the bias tape, but on the other side it's a little close to the edge. We'll see. Are you excited, William?
I'm excited. Not getting much office required, but I'm having a great time.
So yeah, it's Friday night. We're supposed to have, kind of Friday night date night, and then we got caught up doing things that we had obligations to do. So I would do a live stream date night anytime. I'd love to hang out with our YouTube friends that we've made. Honestly, I feel like you get sometimes like better support online than you do in real life from people, I don't want to say the online people aren't in real life because that's making it sound like they're not real. They are real. But in person, I guess, yeah, that's a great way to say it. In person. I think people can find a really amazing support network from an online community that might be a challenge to find in person, I guess that's what I mean. Do you have any other accounts, Mary, that you follow that you recommend that you really like, or any other really nice people that are fun to hang out with? Just curious. I was thinking about you today and I was like, gosh, I don't know if I'm going to get on a live stream today. And not that I feel like, we have to entertain you, obviously, but I was wondering, like, if we went on, would Mary be looking for somebody to hang out with, or does she have other peeps that she goes and chats with on their live stream? Who knows? I guess there's all sorts of live streams out there on YouTube for people to come and hang out and watch. All right, peeps, we just finished up the second side.
Right on. I'm grabbing just a little water right here in the bathroom. Right back.
Okay. So now I'm going to thread this through this cord here, and we're going to see how this cape works. So now, if you can see how I sewed the bias tape in this big semicircle on the short side of this big, huge blanket, okay? So I'm going to thread it through. I'm going to move this back over here. Okay. I was using a safety pin to do that. If this works, man, I don't know. I'm telling you, if this works, it did kind of work. And it's neat. Look how neat and tidy that is. Oh no, there's like a safety pin stuck in there. I missed one of the safety pins. Can you believe that?
What?
One of the safety pins is still stuck in here.
It's sewed in?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm wondering if I can undo it somehow. I can always rip out that little section and redo it, but I might be able to back it out and just push it through. Let me see. Let's see if we can fish out the safety pin that got sewed in place. You were up there for vibe as well as interesting content. Oh, thank you. You're not too much of a chatter on a lot of them. Oh, really? Well, we thank you for gracing us with your conversation then.
Yeah, we love talking to you.
We look forward to it. In fact, we literally will say, well, maybe if we go on a live stream, maybe Mary will come on. Wow, I might have really kind of screwed myself by sewing the safety pin in place. I can rip out that little section and re-sew it, but that's just so funny that I did that. I wondered if I would do that. Well, it's kind of in there. Remember how I was like sewing over the safety pins?
Yeah.
I was pulling them out as I went.
Oh, but not that one.
I missed one. Now I'm trying to close it inside of here, and it doesn't want to do it without catching the blanket.
So, Mary, in your absence, we finally speak of you amongst each other. Like we
yes.
talk about you. We talk about you when you're not here.
And not in a bad way, in a good way, always. We consider you one of our friends. Okay, so it looks like I might have to rip this out in this one little, like a 1-inch section. I'm trying to close it. Oh, I might have got it.
it's closed and not going to stab someone, I guess.
No, if it's but it's in the way of the cord. No, see, if it's closed, I have to push it through.
I
so
see what you're saying.
Right. So before I can push the cord through, I'm fond of making stupid mistakes on a live stream. That's my favorite thing to do. Oh, you are loved, Mary. Absolutely. You are one of our peeps. So I got the safety pin uncinched from underneath. It was like in the bias tape.
Oh, they're gonna walk it out.
So now I got it unpinned, got it reclosed without any fabric looped into it, and now I'm pushing it through to the end. And I think that was the only one that happened to. I hope so.
That's great. You're able to walk it out, though.
Yes. Oh, I thank you, Mary. I need that reminder. I constantly forget and call myself names all the time. This is exciting. We are doing this.
Yes.
I think we're gonna have the coolest cape there. Honestly, I saw some of the other capes, and I don't want to speak badly of people's volunteer work, but
lame.
Well, see, I don't want to call myself names. I don't want to call other people names, but yeah, like seriously, maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to make this tall enough, but also wide enough, and the 60-some inch wide isn't as wide to go around a fully grown man as you would think. So it ends up feeling like short this way, but very long the other way. It almost needed to be like wider and shorter. So instead of 60 by 90, it needed to be like 80 by 70 or 80 by 80 or something. 70 by 70. I don't know. 80 by 80. I got it out. All right. So now I had this cord sitting in my drawer. I have a junk drawer of stuff that I pilfer from other things, even sweatshirts. And even though it's not black, it's perfect. It's perfect to make this drawstring. So like I said, I've got the bias tape sewn on both sides in a semicircle on the blanket, all right? Which doesn't look like much right now, but in a minute here, it's going to look like a hood. I'm going to have William come around and sit down and show you. He gets to model it. And he's a handsome model indeed, so you'll want to stick around for a few minutes so you can see what it looks like on William. So just give me a minute to thread the cord through. It does take a minute here. But as you can see, it works beautifully. And it's going to create okay. That is very nice of you, Mary. I appreciate that. But I think this is gonna be cool. I'm excited because I didn't want to use their crappy patterns, and I felt a little bit like scared to think maybe my way wouldn't work. Maybe their way would be the best way, but sometimes you just do well to go rogue. So I think this is going to be quite good. All right, come on. I'm impatient. The bias tape is like a little stiff right out of the starting gate, so it doesn't want to be manipulated. But the more you work it, the more like pliable it becomes, basically. Yep. All right, we're getting there.
Yeah, that's...
See how well that works?
Yeah.
And now that it's on the inside, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that does make sense.
All right, so we're going to shift it down towards the rest of the cord here. Shift it, because I have a whole lot of cord. So it's kind of like making a hoodie out of the blanket, I guess, in a way. So we're about halfway around the base of the hood for the cape. Man, if this works, this will be genius. I think it will work.
Yeah,
I'm very interested to see how we can add to the when it drapes around the front to get that a little bit longer. And I do think we can use the bottom of the blanket to do that. The question is how long does the cape really need to be? You know, it doesn't need to go to your ankles, and doesn't need to go to anybody's ankles. Like, could it be like, calf length?
Yeah.
How long does it really need to be? Does it need to be swooping the floor?
Who's going to be wearing it?
Well, that's a big difference, because you got the girls playing what did they call them? The little demons or whatever. But then you've got like Howie and Nick playing the bigger ones, and they're much bigger. They're your size practically. So it makes a difference if it's going to be Deb or if it's going to be Howie. So I don't know.
Well, that makes a difference for the length. You can
and the width too, kind of.
You can make it wide, like.
I think I can make it wider by adding from the bottom onto the sides. That's what the plan is. And so far, my plans have come together, except for obviously sewing it on the wrong side. But we are right back to where we started before we started this mistake journey problem thing. Didn't get into the art studio, but here we are. We're back to not square one. We're back to ground zero here. All right, so
you put a pin on it to walk it through.
Right.
How about that? I'm learning something new every day.
Right, I walked it through the little tube of bias tape with the pin. So now we've got that semicircle created this like hood essentially. Okay. All right, so now we've got like a hood going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have William carefully come sit over here.
Okay.
All right, come around.
Here we go.
Come sit. You're up.
Oh, you know what I read about Chuck Norris today? Like he
I guess he passed away today, huh?
Yeah, 86 years old, but just like yesterday, the day before, his mom died.
Oh no,
She's
that's
like 103.
Crazy. Wow. All right, so sit forward a little bit on the chair because we got to put the bulk of it behind you.
Hello.
All right, so.
Okay, first comes the.
Okay, so first.
There we go. Oh, looking very ominous. I can't see.
Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to pull the drawstring part. So this part is shorter than I would like. So what I want to do is cut off the bottom and I will extend it with the bottom part. See, and then we won't need to have a fastener or a clasp or whatever, because essentially this part can be tied with this cord. So, I mean, if you needed a black cord, I could get one, but it's going to be dark up on the stage. So anyways, and then if you were to stand up, basically you would have like the length of the cape. So it does look like a cape though. It just needs to be longer. This isn't exactly even, so I need to make the
Mary's saying lift the camera.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
It looks capey. Yeah, he is a little taller. All right, so now we just need to make this part like longer, and it's going to come down to like there. Okay.
All right.
So that's where we're at with the cape. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you for being a model.
Okay.
I'm going to finish up my snack real quick.
Yeah, snack away.
Well, that was a fun adventure. I'm going to take 5 minutes and have my snack here, and then probably say goodnight. All right, so what do you think? Do you think that looks kind of like a cape? So the blanket isn't as wide as I would like. That's 60 inches. If it was like 70 inches or 80 inches, what would happen is that would come down longer. So if I cut off some of the bottom, I can put it on those sides and they will come down longer, and then it will look more capey. So right now it looks sort of like Victorian, schoolma'am, but we're going to make it look longer, and the back is so long. He's 6'4" and it drags on the ground. So
got me a train.
Yes, and we don't necessarily need the train to be quite that long. So I think I've earned a quick little snack break. Yes, you're right, Mary. That is so good. Smoked pork chop. Who knew? It's so tender, and it's like how pork should be, really.
I saw them, and I knew they were your kind of pork chop. They were literally kind of like textbook. They were just.
Yeah.
I
feel like a big problem.
They didn't have a lot of fat on them, and they were like they're just.
I feel like a big problem with pork chops is that they're like dry even when you cook them yourself, or you have to like have them just barely done.
Yeah.
And that cheese. Smokehouse. Of course, all the meat is smoked and all the cheese is smoked, but it's so good. We have a smoker technically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and if we're gonna sign a lease here where we're not out of here in a couple months, I should bust that thing out.
We are being we're not being asked, but we are in the process of trying to decide if we want to stay here. We rent this big, huge place. It's like 2,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bay garage, fully finished basement, 2 living rooms, a full kitchen with a dining area, and a dining room, which is a studio. There is so much space here. It's crazy. So we have lived here for 8 years and we just don't feel ready to move. So we are thinking of maybe signing a 2-year lease just to keep the rent a little bit more stable. And then if we didn't need to stay for the other year, maybe we wouldn't. I don't know.
I think it's smart to do because if we leave, they're incentivized to either sell or raise the rent or whatever. So it's really for our protection more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. And we're just not ready. If you've watched any of my videos, I haven't even shown you the garage yet, and I will. That's triggering. I'm choking at the thought. It's a lot to get through just my artwork, and then I took you on a tour of the basement. If you saw that vlog, that video, the garage is a nightmare. We are just, it's 8 years somehow. We have built up a lot of stuff. We have a ton of stuff.
The problem is we moved into a big space, so then we're incentivized to fill it.
Mm-hmm.
And people give us stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and we find free stuff, and we're like, "Well, we got room for it. Let's add it to the pile."
Well, you're right about that, Mary. We definitely are where we feel the most comfortable. Some of this, it's kind of high overhead. We have to budget and we have to be careful, and we do. We're okay, but there are times when I think it's just the two of us. We could definitely downsize. We could have a smaller space. We could make it work for maybe half the cost. I don't know. But we are super comfortable and we're happy and we enjoy our life. And so I guess, we might have more money. I don't know. We might end up buying something, but that's still a goal for us. It's just that right now it seems a little bit like bad timing. And we didn't have like maybe the best, like most grounded relationship with Naomi for a while there. Things were kind of on thin ice. And so now she's coming home more frequently and she loves the space. And so like part of us not wanting to leave is this has been stable for her for 8 years, and she's comfortable here and she likes to visit. And so to like get up and move and go somewhere else is just kind of concerning. And so then instead of like signing a 1-year lease, if we sign a 2-year lease, it gives us time to maybe like reevaluate, figure out what we're doing, save money, get into, maybe buy our own place. But William and I have only been together since 2017, and we didn't end up buying, and then there was that crazy housing rush in 2020, and like things got out of control. So our rent has actually stayed fairly consistently controlled since that time. And he could ask for so much more for this house than he does. And he's been a good landlord. And so, even though it is expensive because it's a big house, technically what we are paying compared to what he could charge for the rent is a significant difference. So we're definitely gonna probably take him up on it, at least for 1 more year, but maybe 2. And then we'll just, come up with some game plans and some goals as to where we want to be after this. But, I've got the yarn fiber arts room. Oh, thank you. That is so kind. I appreciate that. Anyways, we definitely have to consider the fact that I'm an artist, and then I have, like the yarn studio, and then I have the art studio, and we have the frame shop, and then, William's got his garage stuff and all of our refinishing equipment. So anywhere we live has to come with the consideration of like, how can we like uproot the bare necessities to our life and take it to another space and make it work for us. So if we're not in a hurry and William isn't in a hurry, then I'm not in a hurry. So, might as well just hang out here while we're comfortable. We have friends up the road. We have a nice neighborhood. We live very close to like all the things that we love. We love to go kayaking, hiking, um, all that stuff. And we're like in the foothills of the Adirondacks. So everything gorgeous is right here. Day trips are like everywhere. And so we don't often go on like big vacations because we can just spend time in the local area hanging out and doing fun things on the weekends and stuff. And so I don't know. That's where we're at right now. And I'm not going to like lie. I don't really feel like leaving the fiber art studio and the art studio right now. I feel happy to like be working on the YouTube channel and getting my art business off the ground. And I think it makes more sense to like focus on that for the time being than to like also think, oh, let's move in the midst of all this stuff. So yeah, I guess it's 9:30 and we've been doing this for like 2 hours. So we got the hooded part of the cape made. Yay, so excited. Thank you for hanging out with me while I did the boring work of fixing my mess up. And maybe tomorrow we'll actually come back for an art live stream tomorrow afternoon. That is the plan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
cool. All right. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you hanging out. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday evening. We will catch you in the next video. Have a good night.
And thanks for popping in, Murad. We see you, and we're sorry we're leaving to get a chance to hang out with you. And bye, Mary.
Bye, Mary.